صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما حتى تنالوا جنة ونعيما. 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 صلوا عليه.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I have Hasib Khalid, Head of Communications in Islamic Relief Pakistan. Assalamu alaikum Hasib, how are you?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and thank you very much.
Thank you. First of all, tell me about Islamic Relief Pakistan office.
Okay, Islamic Relief Pakistan, they commenced its operations in 1992, and at that disappointing time, there was the Afghan crisis. So Islamic Relief responded to that call immediately, and later on we spread our operations, both kind of operations, when I say like development projects and the humanitarian projects. So currently our presence is, mashallah, all across Pakistan. We work in AJK as well, in Sindh, in Balochistan, in KP, and in Punjab as well. But what kind of projects we do implement? Definitely we ensure that whenever an emergency strikes, or earthquake, or floods, or any sort of man-made disaster occur, Islamic Relief is one of the top agencies. We are renowned for our humanitarian response. We try our level best to reach within 48 hours. And on the other side, we also implement our development projects like Islamic microfinance, tapping natural resources, working on education sector, providing health services, and these sort of activities are going on right now.
I mean, I've witnessed the work of Islamic Relief Pakistan office, the operation in Kashmir during 2005, devastating earthquake, and then also in Pakistan floods, where you deployed your army of volunteers and staff and provided the emergency service. How long does the emergency phase last?
Actually, it depends on the scale of that disaster. But as far as emergency response is concerned, it starts from rescue operations. Even though Islamic Relief is not actively involved in that sort of operations, because this is not the capacity of an NGO or a charity. These sort of operations are being led by the government or the rescue departments. But our role comes in when some sort of relief activities are being initiated or being called. It takes around 3 months, and then you start your early recovery and then rehabilitation activities. But as far as the early 3 months are concerned, because we try to ensure life-saving help to the people who try to be in need, and you have mentioned actually those disasters which are the biggest one of the human history as well. So 2005 is one of the disasters where Islamic Relief responded. Government of Pakistan recognized us as well. Community, most importantly, community and our other partners recognized us, and we implemented our emergency and development projects with an integrated approach where we not only provided that aid, but we helped them to sustain themselves, and we empowered them and provided those skills, provided shelter, rebuilt their infrastructures, provided a school. Then we ensured that the children start going to school again. Then definitely we restored the health services for those community, but more importantly, which I've already mentioned, that we try to help them so they can sustain their lives.
And what is your relationship with the government? How do you fund yourselves? Do you get money from the government, or do you get money from abroad?
You have rightly pointed out, it's very important whenever a humanitarian or a charity comes in and they chip in, they are actually try to provide that support to those governments as well. As far as Pakistan is concerned, alhamdulillah, we do enjoy a good relationship with both the federal and at provincial level, and if you go at the bottom level, we do enjoy good relations with the district levels as well. Coming back to your point, from where we get our funding, definitely Islamic Relief has its strength. We do have our fundraising offices all across the world. Then we would try to tap the funding from UN agencies and the institutional donors as well. And definitely, most importantly, our brothers and sisters who have been sending those money, and we have been the trusted partner for over the decades, alhamdulillah.
Thank you. Recently, I have noticed charities are in the media a lot, and unfortunately sometimes for the wrong reasons. How do you ensure the money which is passed on to Islamic Leaf Pakistan, that it reaches to the right people in their own hands?
Okay, since we are Islamic faith-based, but we try to reach out to all the segments of the society while keeping our faith aside. But we are driven from that faith. First of all, we think that we are accountable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then definitely we hold ourselves accountable for our actions as well. We are accountable to our donors, but more importantly, we are accountable to those beneficiary communities. Our procedures are very open. We do have some accountability mechanisms in place. There are landline numbers, helplines. If somebody see that if some kind of forgery is going on, they can contact our headquarters, they can contact us. So we try to ensure that whatever we receive, we deliver it in the best of spirit to those communities. And definitely we are accountable to our communities as well. At times they do visit our office. We are quite open in that, and we try to hand over this amana to our right holders. And I've already mentioned that we are accountable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is the basic drive which keeps us transparent, and we try to stick to those values.
Good. And finally, where is your focus now? Where is your main operation at the moment?
Yeah, main operations are all across as far as development projects, but you know that on 26th of October, a major earthquake struck Pakistan, and a lot of people are suffering. Over 1 million people have been affected by this horrendous effects of this earthquake. So our emergency response teams, they have already been deployed in Chitral and Shangla, where we are working. So far we have helped over 3,000 families. We are trying to provide winterized kits, shelters, warm clothing, non-food items, food items. These sort of initial sort of aid we are trying to deliver to those people who are right now in a need.
And the immediate needs are winterized tents, water. What else do you need?
Yeah, you know, the onset of winter season, especially if you go up on the hill and to the north side of Pakistan, you know that temperature is already decreased down to minus. Snowfall has already been started. Rain is there. So rain, snowfall, they actually hamper the relief operations as well, because it's really an uphill task to reach those communities, and ensuring those logistics arrangement is one of the challenges as well. But challenges remain there. We try our level best to reach to those people, and it's I've already mentioned that at this disappointing time we need to help those communities, because winter is already there, and they are exposed to those harsh winter conditions as well. The winds are there. You can even imagine. I think we are, alhamdulillah, we are blessed that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has showered His countless blessings on us. I was just reminding of a child who just born 2 days before when earthquake struck Chitral and the suburban areas. His name is S03. And I was thinking that a 2-day-old child born shelterless. And Islamic Leaf has helped that family with winterized tent and winterized kits. So I would request our brothers and sisters who are listening us, who are watching us right now, that think of that family, think of hundreds and thousands of those innocent children, those women, those pregnant women, those girls, those elderly persons who are right now in dire need. I would request and I would urge that please answer this call, because the people, our brothers and sisters, they are very much in need, and they are looking forward to the international community.
As soon as the earthquake struck the northern part of Pakistan, Islamic Leaf's emergency response team immediately went to the area that was worst affected. We sent teams to Shangla in Chitral, and they made a quick assessment of the situation on the ground, and we immediately dispatched shelter material, tents, blankets from our reserve stocks that we keep in such cases where we need to respond to an emergency situation. The teams got to work immediately and they started helping families who've been affected by the earthquake. The main problem the communities are facing at the moment is related to shelter. As you can see behind me, we have one of the houses that's been damaged by the earthquake. And so now winter is approaching fast, and these families don't have a warm place where they can stay. We've provided tents for now, but as the winter progresses, they would need more permanent type of shelter so that they can spend the cold nights and days of winter properly. In this time of adversity, we've been blessed to have so many partners who've joined hands. Islamic Relief has been supported generously by its partners such as Islamic Relief USA, by its partners in UK. Also, we've had very generous support by partners such as the United Nations Family through UNICEF, who've made generous contributions which Islamic Relief has helped to deliver to these affected communities. The communities themselves have been coming together and supporting each other in this difficult time. Whenever Islamic Relief's team has faced challenges in terms of logistically reaching these very difficult areas, the community has been there to help Islamic Relief's team, and they've worked with us in terms of identifying the most needy, in terms of carrying out the distribution of all these much needed relief items to the people who need them the most. So this partnership is really the essence of humanitarian work that's been done here. To support the families who've lost houses through the earthquake that struck this area, Islamic Relief has provided them with temporary shelters. You can see behind me this tent that has been put up to house the family who've been affected by the earthquake. This area is mountainous. It's at a high altitude, and very soon we will have snow covering all of this area, and these tents will not be sufficient to protect them from the cold. What we need now is some kind of transitional shelter which can take them through the harsh winter that comes in this particular area.
صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما حتى تنالوا جنة ونعيما. 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 صلوا عليه.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to this special edition of Community Showcase. Today's program has painted a very grim picture of the situation in Pakistan and Afghanistan, where thousands of families were left to pick up the pieces of their lives after an earthquake struck the region last week. Islamic Relief, the world's largest independent Muslim relief and development agency, remains on the ground to assist families in need. However, the organization is also leading humanitarian efforts in other regions such as Syria, Yemen and Gaza, as well as locally in Southern Africa. Our ITV team in Cape Town met up earlier this week to IRSA Country Director Yusuf Patel. We sat down with him to find out more about the organization's current projects and the upcoming TV appeal taking place right here on ITV on Saturday the 21st November at 7:30 p.m. Brother Yusuf Patel, Islamic Relief has played a leading role in responding to some of the world's most devastating disasters. Can you explain your organization's disaster response strategy and its model for rebuilding communities?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. What we do during an emergency is we try to, first, once a call is made by the country for international assistance, and then because Islamic Relief is part of an international cluster, we sort of try to work through that framework. But immediately there's a rapid needs assessment that happens. In the case of Pakistan and Afghanistan, for example, we basically in the country, so we've got offices in both the countries, and we'll approach the government and get a no objection certificate for assisting in the earthquake. And thereafter what we do is we'll go do a rapid needs assessment to see what's the immediate needs on the ground, and then our teams will basically try to procure these items and assist the affected families and communities.
Tell us briefly about some of the current projects Islamic Relief South Africa is involved in.
Because it's winter in that part of the world at the moment, in Pakistan and Afghanistan, the need will be the immediate need, and also shelter and food. It starts with the food security and the shelter. But because of winter, there's also that added protection that is needed for the families in both countries. Some of the other ongoing emergencies is in Yemen and in Syria, and both in Syria as well we're looking at the winterization project, and that covers diesel, blankets, clothing, all winter materials that will be needed for the camps and also for the people inside Syria. So we've started working now in the south of Syria, which was very inaccessible to us previously, but we've partnered with an organization in the south, and we are actually managing to deliver aid in some of the most hard to get areas, and there's also a lot of bombing in the south currently. So this is quite a challenge, but alhamdulillah, through our partner on the ground, we've managed to make some headway into these areas. And then on the Yemen side, we've managed to negotiate a breakthrough through one of the blockades to get through to places like Taiz now and get some emergency supplies there. So the focus on the global emergencies ongoing at the moment is the earthquake, Pakistan and Afghanistan. Then we've got our ongoing Syria crisis and our Yemen crisis that's also ongoing.
Why is it important for viewers to support the TV appeal?
It's important because these are our fellow human beings, and we as human beings should be able to help another human being in need. It's said in the Quran that if you save one life, it's like you're saving all of mankind. So inshallah, we urge the viewers to support, and it doesn't matter how much they pledge. It's all about the intention, and every little bit counts, and it will make someone's life comfortable during this period. We are moving into our holiday season now, and school exams are going to be finished now. So, but on the other side of the world, people are suffering. People don't have that luxury. So we need to stop for a few minutes and just think, what are they going through, and be able to help them. And inshallah, Allah Ta'ala will reward all the viewers and reward us in the year after for this.
What will be your key projects as you head into the next year, 2016?
Okay, this time of the year we busy with back to school, because the school year will start, and we need to look after the orphans that we're currently supporting. We have a huge Al Yatim program which covers orphans and vulnerable children. Most of these children are child-headed households. They're also looking after the family, and they're looking after other siblings. They also sometimes affected by HIV and AIDS, and we need to be able to make their school career and their back to school easy for them in terms of whatever needs they require, stationery, uniform, and your basic items that you require just to get back to school in the new year. So that's what we're focusing on. That's huge now. It's the back to school campaign. And then we have a project which we doing in partnership with the Islamic Women's Initiative in Zimbabwe and the Islamic Medical Association of Zimbabwe. The Islamic Women's Initiative and IMS, Islamic Medical Association, have done a great job in a place in Zimbabwe called the Hatcliffe, the area is known as Hatcliffe Extension, and they've been doing mobile clinics and assisting that community for many years now. The plan is to, and the project has started already, is to complete a clinic on the site. And this is what we've committed to as Islamic Relief South Africa, and with our worldwide partners, we've committed to assisting them in building and constructing this clinic, which will cater for the needs in that area. There's a lot of poverty in the area as well, and the health needs are great in that area. So that's one of the projects that we're busy with. The Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital, we're currently raising funds for that. It's the project has advanced to a very fast stage at the moment, and we're looking to open, or the hospital is looking to open in December completely, next year December. There'll be a soft opening in, I think, March next year, but the completion will be the end of December. So we've got still a long way to raise funds for our section, for our contribution. Islamic Relief Worldwide has contributed towards the Oncology Center of Excellence, and there's various centers of excellence in this clinic, which is unique in that it will be one of 5 in Africa only. There's 2 currently in Egypt, 1 in Kenya, 1 in Cape Town, and this will be the 5th one. Compared to, you've got like 150 in the USA, you've got 57 in other countries. So this will be unique for us in South Africa and the southern region as well, because it caters for free healthcare to children that cannot afford it. That's the difference of this hospital. I think that's the main projects at the moment till the year end, and obviously the winterization, which we just spoke about.
Yusuf, do you have a special message to your donors and stakeholders who has supported the organization throughout the year?
I'd just like to say shukran, and may Allah Ta'ala reward all the viewers, all our supporters, friends and donors that have made this possible. This is through your donations, through your support, through your contribution, through your du'as, that only Allah Ta'ala makes it happen. And inshallah, may you be rewarded in the year after and in this world for your contribution. It is very heartwarming to see all the support and even the messages that we get during pledges, and we get so much to us from people stating that inshallah may Allah help us to complete our projects. And I think this is something that I just like to say thank you to everyone for all the du'as, for all the contributions. With your help we can do much more, and we can save much more lives, and we can make a difference in people's lives. Shukran.
That was Brother Yusuf Patel, Country Director of Islamic Relief South Africa, and telling us more about the pledge happening on ITV this Saturday at 7 p.m. Keep watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما حتى تنالوا جنة ونعيما. 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 صلوا عليه.